Well, hey there, everybody. Savannah's anxious right now. It's because it's the bonus show today of Rate the Record. So it's not actually like the podcast. It's like a bonus show podcast, I guess. Yes, it's myself, Chris, and of course I said her name.
I'm Savannah. How are you?
And she's feeling awfully anxious because today is a very personal battle, I guess. So last time we did a bonus show, we rated WWF Attitude Era theme music. I thought it was great. Currently, the episode's underperforming. You should go watch it. It's hilarious, though. It's great. It's fun. And especially if you like old WWF or even just modern WWE, I mean, or wrestling in general. Go check it out. Awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put it above my head here somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're doing a bonus show. It's not quite like the podcast, so we're not rating any records today, but we are ranking things. So we ranked Attitude Era theme music last time. Today, as you can see from the title, we are ranking each other's favorite 90s tunes. Not necessarily favorite, but like ones we really enjoy.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so scared to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I wanted to make this interesting when I came up with the concept because I was like, we can just choose our own 90s tracks and probably rank them sky high, boring list, whatever. So I figured, why not add a little more tension in our chemistry here by just potentially ruining some friendship here, but depending on how we rank certain songs. So we took each other's list of 10 songs each, 20 in total, and we are now going to rank each other's songs. We can't rank our own, so our own rankings don't come into play. It's just whatever we think the other one deserves type thing. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I hate it. I am so afraid. There's a couple songs in particular that I hold close to my heart, and I'm pretty sure you're a little anticipatory to see what I say about things that you hold dear.
I'm not so like crazy like focused on it, like, oh, she better like this, like that, like.
Oh, I am. I'm like, you better. Also,
there are certain ones where if you don't rank them high enough, I'm gonna be like, you've got to be kidding me. You have no taste.
Your ears are broken.
There are ones I can accept, but then there are other ones like, I don't know how you rated it so low. Assuming that you rate my favorite, like the favorite ones, low. But before we get started, we'll just say, make sure if you're listening on YouTube here, actually, I think YouTube's the only thing that these bonus episodes are up on. So yeah, like and subscribe. Why not? Do that. Fantastic. Be part of the community and watch the podcast as well. We have, as of this point, 10. There's an 11th coming out this Monday. It's going to be a great episode, Queen of the Stone Age, so just tune in for that.
Yeah.
Which you'll notice if you watch this episode too, we're wearing the exact same clothes. We're all recording this in the exact same day.
I thought about changing my shirt, and then I thought, no.
No, I just want to advertise my band the entire time.
I'm wearing a Tool shirt. Ooh, want to see something cool?
Is it Tool?
It's the back of it. I don't know how much of the shirt or my ass you all saw, but
zero ass, a lot of ponytail.
Well,
but we could still see though. That's Alex Gray art, right?
That probably it's crazy. It's some worm guy with a bunch of eyes and
maybe. But I also noticed the logo on your shirt is like the Fear Inoculum one, so maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if he had anything to do with that. But anyways, that's Tool.
Yeah,
we'll eventually get into Tool one day. And actually, they could have very well been on the '90s list, but surprised it didn't make it. So that's why we're eventually going to have to do a part 2.
I was thinking of that. I was like, why didn't I? All right, there's
a bunch of Tool songs I could put on the list, but there's one in particular I'm surprised I didn't think of.
Yeah.
But anyways, enough of the anticipation. Let's get on over there. Let's get over to the Tier Maker List website where you can follow us over there too. And let's battle each other here.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
So here we are, the Tier Maker page that I just told you about literally seconds ago. And you can see that at the bottom here, we have a bunch of just song names and bands. These are the 10 each that we've chosen. Put in alphabetical order, so there's no like favorite to least favorite, none of that, like no priority of person. It's all alphabetical, starting with numbers, obviously, as you can see in the first song. But yeah, here they are, the first 20 that we have chosen. You gonna be okay?
I'm ready. I am ready. I'm ready. My heart is in my kneecaps, but I am ready.
I'm just trying to think of what songs would really be the ones that are going to affect you. I have a feeling about a couple. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I don't think you're necessarily going to hate where I put things.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
think it's more getting my argument together to tell you are in fact incorrect.
Okay, so just some criteria so people are aware. As first off, as we said, I can rank Savannah songs and she can rank mine. We'll obviously tell you which one's which, but we cannot rank our own songs. So whatever the ranking is, it stays as such.
Yes.
You can plead, you can beg, you can cry, but it goes wherever the person rating it goes.
Okay.
And second off, only one song per band. That's why there's not multiple bands on here, like multiple of the same band, I should say. So. Yeah. That's also why there's going to be like a part 2, 3, 4, 5, a million.
You know, side note with the only one song per band, I'm actually surprised that our first choice, we did not have any duplicate bands whatsoever.
Yeah, that would have been interesting because we did have a rule about that, but I'm not going to bother getting into that until that happens one day because it's going to. Cool. I have a feeling it will. Maybe. But anyways, yeah, let's just get into this now. We got 20 songs to get through. So the first one is Savannah's song, 1,000 Julys by Third Eye Blind. My God, you didn't choose I don't even remember, Semi-Charmed Kind of Life, the one I'm very tired of now.
Yeah, likewise.
That would have been right down and like bad. It's not that it's a bad song. It's Hotel California, and if anyone on the podcast knows what I mean by that, then good on you.
Good.
But anyways. Good. But anyways, yeah, we won't drag on too long with these ones or anything like that. I put this one in good.
Yay!
It's not terrible. I do like the tone of the guitars, distortion, very 90s, obviously very polished.
Oh, yeah.
Just a fun track. Sounds great, but nothing really grabs me too much about it.
Yeah.
It's the kind of song that like I wouldn't skip on an album, but I would like mindlessly listen to in the background. So yeah, it's good. I don't mind it.
I agree. I am not upset.
Hey, there you go. Well, 2 out of 3 because now the next 2 are still your songs as well. You just get the anxious part. I mean, I got a lineup of songs coming as well.
Oh yeah.
But now your next one, Back to You by Bryan Adams. I was a little intrigued that you put this one on here. I actually remember the song debuting in the Much Music Countdown. And how well it did for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So the one thing that actually kind of blew me away about the song was, so there's only the one version of the song, right?
Yeah, from MTV Unplugged, and that's it.
It's fucking incredible. Like the tone of it, the sound of it is just like it's studio perfect. Like they must have practiced this like nonstop to a T because it's like you wouldn't think this was live if you were listening to just audio.
And it's from MTV Unplugged, so it's unplugged. Wow. And
is this by chance the very first Canadian artist we've ever mentioned either on the podcast or in the bonus show? Like for real though? We're Canadian.
Aside from Rush, probably.
Oh, we haven't done Rush yet, but Rush is coming up in the list though. And maybe Rush is coming up soon on the show. You'll have to stick around and find out eventually.
Who knows?
But yeah, so Back to You, Bryan Adams. So this one, like it's not my cup of tea. It's just super adult soft rock contemporary stuff, but just how well executed that this is as a live track goes to good.
Ooh, I'll take it.
It would have been higher if the song was like a little better, but like just a lot of that is in quality alone right there.
You really led me astray with the ultimate praise of the production, but I'll take a good.
But it's just because of like, you know, where the as the song is, again, like it's just not my cup of tea. That's it.
Fair.
All right, so now the third one before we finally get to one of mine. I'm just bringing it up on my own list here. Bring the Noise, Public Enemy, and Anthrax. So not just the original, but you take the metal version of this one.
Yeah.
So again, we're not really going super in depth like we do with the podcast, but I did write a note saying, who the hell doesn't think of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 when they hear this song?
Me. I don't, because I've never played it.
Oh, it was one of those like super awesome games playing when I was growing up, like that and the first one too. But anyways, like anyone who's in my shoes who played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, everyone knows this song like the back of their hand.
Oh, cool.
And I will say too, again, try not to go super in depth here, but one thing I do notice, because I'm like a music producer myself. So Public Enemy has the Bomb Squad. That's their production team, and a lot of their earlier albums, you hear like a lot of these like kind of like wailing noises that are either kind of going up or down, and it's just like repeated a lot in their songs.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like one of their like trademark things. And I noticed that the guitar in this song, the high pitch bending or whatever, that the noise that keeps going up, I was like, that is a clever nod to the Bomb Squad. I really like that.
Interesting.
It's fucking best. This whole song
really? That is not the one I thought you were going to put there.
This song is fucking... Okay, I'm. It's funny. I'm not huge on Anthrax, but I'm huge on Public Enemy.
Okay, because I'm huge on Anthrax and not really big on Public Enemy.
One of these things is not like the other.
Well, I feel like that's why we make the best team. That's awesome. I did not expect it, and I am pleasantly surprised. You can cruise on one poor choice because of that.
I suppose, but I don't think I have any bad choices for you. So, I mean, we'll see.
Excellent.
When we get there. But now you get to rate me for 2 songs at least. So now Clown by Korn, one of my choices.
Okay, well, now I have to, I don't know, maybe humble pie is the right term here. So I listened to it, and I listened to it a third time, and it was just okay to me.
Really?
It's, I don't know. I have heard Korn. I feel like this, okay, I didn't look any of this up. I feel like this may have been like an earlier song because
first album, very first.
That's probably why, because I've heard things from like Follow the Leader, maybe a little further than that. I'm not a huge fan, so I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong. Correct me, please. But it was okay just on the knowledge that I know that they've released quote unquote better songs to me and my preferences, at least.
Yeah, they have, but like the first album even had some fantastic tracks. Like you've probably heard Blind or had that song referenced when he says, "Are you ready?" Yeah. That's like one of the most famous things. But Clown, to me, if you just ignore the 52-second opening where they're just constantly doing false takes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Clown always stuck with me. I was going to choose another song from that album that I don't even know if we could say the name of on the internet. It's an F-word slur.
Oh,
but there's a reason why they use that gay F slur. There's a reason why they use it. It's not just for edginess.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I don't want to... It's hard to say that title on air here.
A bundle of sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Or, a British cigarette.
British cigarette.
But yeah, Clown by Korn. I really liked it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to think. If you thought it was okay, then it was okay. But you got to tell me what you think. I think I know how you feel about Do the Evolution by Pearl Jam. As if we don't have an episode on Pearl Jam already.
Okay, you guess, and then I shall tell.
Great.
It was best.
Ooh, better.
Now, I of course know lyrical breakdowns and stuff, but if you do keep the lyrics in mind, this is the best song. I really like it. I like how aggressive and yelly it is, and I like the idea of the topic being sort of juxtaposed to the yelling. I like it. It's effective.
Eddie Vedder's most insanity-driven performance. And also, can we just like take a second to really, really appreciate the music video?
Yes. Yes.
My God, Todd McFarlane, you can do no wrong, can you? I used to love Spawn when I grew up, and now then obviously like you can just recognize his animation style in this video. And by the way, to anyone who's confused, Todd McFarlane, not Seth MacFarlane, the Family Guy. Please do not confuse.
That's the first
one
thing
is God tier, the other one's like dumpster tier, okay? Just go, oh no, hot take, oh no.
Well, I'm glad that we're not ranking voice actors and show producers.
Writers, directors, animators, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like Family Guy, but whatever, that was back in the day, and we're not talking about Family Guy because now we're on to Dreamline by Rush. I don't want to spoil too much, but I think not too long from now we're probably going to hear the song come up again. Anyway, let's see here. Dreamline by Rush. So This is kind of off an album that I'm not super into. Like, I really like Rush, but like Roll the Bones was not that great. So overall, I mean, I know I'm kind of stacking this tier so far, but I promise things are coming up different. It's good. So like, you know, there's like a prominent horn section on the track that doesn't feel like Rush. If anything, this made me feel like it was in excess for a while. Like there's a lot of it that kind of reminded me of that. It's decent, but there's nothing outstanding.
I think, okay, 1, I accept. 2, I'm pretty sure this is the last album that Geddy plays keyboards on. So he was probably like, please just let me put these in somewhere. Please don't take this from me. But yeah, I see what you're saying. For me, it's a lot of, I guess, nostalgia and personal attachment to it. So it's so easy to look past certain things and to just listen to it without judgment. But it's not in bad. It's not in okay. And you know what? That's good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, it's not Roll the Bones, the song itself. So I mean,
it is not.
Dreamland get the pass. I'll take it.
Excellent.
I haven't, like, I don't really remember a lot about the entire album itself. So maybe there's better tracks, maybe there's worse. I don't know where this would fall. One day we'll know. But until then, we have to move on. So we're going to move on to a band that was very heavily influenced by Rush, Frizzle Fry by Primus. My pick. So, what do you think about Frizzle Fry?
I have never heard this song before. I have to comment on the last half of this song, and I want to put it in great. So I did.
Ooh.
This is a great song.
You like the second half of the song, eh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was into it.
Primus is very much a jam band.
Oh, I'm into it.
I mainly learned how to play the song on bass. Like I learned it a long time ago. I have my bass here. I'm not going to play it for everyone, but nice. Yeah, like I love the bass line so much. Like throughout the entire song, except I can't do like the middle jam session. I'm not that good, but I can do everything else, and
nice.
It's just a lot of fun to play. I love it so much, and yeah, Frizzle Fry. Like the album itself, I have it on vinyl. It's full of awesome tracks, but like this one always sticks out to me. Just the title track is amazing.
Nice. I've only actually heard one Primus album, and Tales from the Punch Bowl. That's it. My dad used to play that in the car when I was in elementary school.
You are missing their best work.
I don't doubt that at all.
Frizzle Fry, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, Pork Soda, like you are missing their literal best fucking albums.
Yeah.
Hell, even Anti-Pop's a lot of fun. I have the Anti-Pop flag behind me. It's been there the entire time.
Oh, shit.
It's very different, but it's so cool. It's such a fucking great album. I think if you gave Primus a chance, you might fall in love with them.
Oh, hell yeah. I had tickets to see them play Farewell to Kings in its entirety, but I guess
I was going to go to that too.
They canceled all the Canadian shows and they just did it in the States, I'm pretty sure.
But now we can just watch it on YouTube like chumps.
Like the chumps we are, right? Ugh.
Fun fact, Les Claypool actually, I believe he, either Geddy Lee went to go live with him for a bit, or I think Geddy Lee went to him in LA and properly taught Les Claypool how to do the entire album. Because they're like best friends.
That is fucking cool.
So next song, God Maybe by Chantal Kreviazek. I can never say her name properly. I used to think there was a... Okay, good, because I used to think there was a T in it. Kreviazek.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
Kreviazek. It's just like, it sounds like a slurring word there. But yeah, so I think I mentioned to you off camera, there was a song I was going to need help with, like, here, I think it's one, tell me on the other, depending on where you think this lands yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, this song was vaguely familiar to me. Like, it kind of had that charm. I noticed that like a lot of her earlier stuff sounds much better than her later stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's like this weird kind of alt rock adult contemporary mix, but it's done very well. It feels a little darker too at certain points.
Yeah, I think her newer stuff is more produced, more hook up with this songwriter, hook up with that songwriter.
Even her early 2000s just felt like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're losing it a bit. This sounds like Lilith Fair.
Yeah.
Lilith Fair, Sarah McLachlan. She could be on the list too, but she isn't.
She might be.
So, okay, here's the thing. I'm bordering between good and great.
Really? That's not where I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be between okay and good.
I'm leaning good. Where do you feel like this goes? Like, I'm actually allowing your decision to potentially influence me here.
Well, to be fair, and I mean, you don't even have, like, I don't have to even persuade you, because if I thought you were going between okay and good, then I think I'm going to settle with good.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I thought I did not think you were going to go great. So I am going to say good, and I'm good with that.
Well, because like I really like the free flowing style of the verse too, the way she's singing it. Like it doesn't feel like there's like a whole lot of structure, but like it works.
It's like she's telling you like a conversation.
Yeah, just I don't know, like it sounds good. And actually, the title threw me out because I was expecting like, oh, here comes a religious track. Here comes Guster again.
Oh God. Oh,
but no, this one's just like, yeah, I'm not what you want me to be, but hey, God made me that way, so.
Yeah, it's the way it is.
Alrighty then, so I got you for another 2 here. Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Another run of 3. Okay. How's your before we continue? How's your anxiety levels now? How you feeling?
Well, the song that I'm a little worried about is coming. Where are we here? I am blind as hell. Oh, a lot farther down, so that's okay. But I really like this next song, so I'm a little bit on the edge of my seat here.
Like I feel like I'm front loading this entire thing, but I put it in good. I was almost gonna put it in okay.
Yeah, really? How come?
So first off, I really like the halftime feel of the verses. I just like kind of like the slower, chunkier beat. That's fine. The guitar riffs go nicely with it, but like, I hate that every line starts with "I got a girl."
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, I don't want to push my own music, but Frail State, go listen to it. I wrote a song that actually does have like the word "the echoes." It's called "The Echoes," and "The Echoes" is the first line of every single line. It's the first word of every single line, but it's spread out a lot more. Mm-hmm. Whereas this one's like, "I got a girl, blah blah blah. I got a girl, blah 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 blah." It's like it's so quick and together that just it starts to annoy me and just like say something else.
But he got a girl. She lives with me. He got a girl. She smells so sweetly.
Maybe he should go ahead and get a woman instead.
Oh, shots fired.
Are we going to go ahead and dig down that? I know nothing of this band. I don't want to accuse anything, but I mean, I'd hope that this girl was indeed a woman. Not a girl, not yet a woman.
Okay, 1, we're not doing Britney Spears. 2, 100% a woman. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume so. I don't want to assume the worst here. That's just dumb.
Yeah, let's massacre the next song. Come on, let's do that.
You want me to massacre the next song? Do you?
Well,
I lied in the bed I made by Brother Cave.
It's Brother Kane, but
it is Kane. Sorry, I misread it. I'm not wearing my glasses either. Yes, and I have it written as Brother Kane on the thing too. It's fine.
I swear to God, you better not screw this one up.
Great.
Really?
Yeah. This one caught me by surprise because like I'd never heard of Brother Kane ever.
Yeah.
But like the vocal melodies was so good and the voice matches what the music is, which is really nice. It reminds me of many 90s things, and even in smaller rounds, right. I wrote like very specifically. First off, Big Wreck as a whole, and then the song "Poets" by the Tragically Hip, the band Heat Miser, and maybe even early Nickelback when they were actually good and not shit.
Yeah, like their first album. I will listen to Nickelback if it's Curb, the one even before that.
Oh yeah, like their demo. Oh, I think the Leader of Men was a demo on that before it went to The State.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, like literally The State is like an actual cool stoner blues rock type album.
Yeah, then there's shit after that.
And then How You Remind Me happened and Oops.
Yeah.
Can't talk shit. They got billions of dollars, whatever.
Ugh. I'm really glad that you put this in great. Like anxiety for that last song, don't give a shit. I like this. I'm pleased.
Well, you still got a couple more coming up here.
Yeah, I don't even care about those ones.
Actually, you got 3 more.
Yeah, whatever.
One
I like
of them is truly shocking. But yeah, okay, so yeah, this one was great. I liked it. It sounded great. And as it progressed, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm digging on this one. I can do this.
That's awesome. I have just a mini aside story that goes with this band here. So when I was younger, so this song was released, I think, 98, or the album at least. So I used to listen to the radio a lot when, like, because, you know, I came from a smaller city, smaller town. And I used to listen to the radio all the time. And this song would come on the radio. And I really, really liked it. And it wasn't until 2012, I think, that I actually remembered, like, oh shit, I should probably look this song up. So I always remembered the artist's name, and I searched them up, listened to their whole discography. I absolutely love it. And they got back together in 2013 and they did sort of one-off tours through the States. Well, I drove to Battle Creek, Michigan to see them in this weird, I don't even know, recreation center bar thing.
Were you in Hamilton when you went to go see them, or were you living where you used to?
I was actually living in Oshawa, Ontario.
Oh, God, that's still a far drive to Michigan from here. Holy shit.
Yeah, it took me a couple hours. I was almost run off the road by a cargo van, so that was exciting.
All right.
But I bought VIP tickets. So after the show, they were going to play a couple acoustic songs for those who bought the VIP tickets. There's little meet and greet, signing things, yada, yada. And so I guess, I don't know if they really had the logistics together because they were going to do the performance in the building, but everyone was kicked out of the building and they did the acoustic performance on their tour bus. And there were about 6 of us there, like 6 fans that watched them play. They played 2 or 3 songs. And I know you can't see it on camera, but to my right, I have a Brother Kane poster that all 4 members signed for me on their tour bus. And anyone I tell, they're like, I have no idea who that is. And I'm like, I do. And it feels good.
Yeah, I haven't heard them before. Like, I guess because like when I was growing up as a kid, like we're not too far off with age or anything like that together. But I mean, when I was a kid, my parents were always listening to classic rock. So like I grew up, it's in my blood. It's part of who I am now. So yeah, alternative radio wasn't really introduced to me until like sometime in the early to mid 2000s.
Oh, dang.
I mean, like, granted, I have much music and like, you know, that's how I got into bands like, you know, Korn and Slipknot and all that kind of stuff and all the pop music. But just like when it came to radio specifically, like, yeah, alternative radio wasn't a thing for me until like my teen years.
I spent a lot of time alone just listening to that. And I remember the radio station back home where I grew up, they would do like the top 94 of 1994, or the top 97 of 1997. And I sat in my room and listened to that clock radio for every single song. So all these one-hit wonders that people forget about, I remember because I remember sitting there as like an 8-year-old listening to the radio all the time.
I just like to imagine that like they have an April Fool's Day joke on the radio station, like the top 0 of 1990, and there's like 3 minutes of just dead air.
And that's it. And they're like, "All right, that was awesome."
The top 1 of 1991.
Congratulations.
All right, we can move on now because I did 3 more of yours, and now we can move on to one of mine.
Yes.
Shout out to anyone, and if you're a Twisted Metal fan, you played Twisted Metal 3 back in the 90s, you know this song like the back of your hand. Microwaved by Pitch Shifter. My God, even as an adult, I adore this song. It's so great. So don't screw with me here.
It sounded familiar, and I don't know the title. Like I don't recognize it, but I was like, this sounds really familiar. And I did put it in good because it's something that I would listen to again.
Only good.
Yeah. It's I maybe it's the nostalgia that you're like, put it in great, but mine, I don't have that. So I was like, this is a good song and I will listen to it again. But
this goes my best here. Like this is my personal best.
Yeah?
This because nostalgia is a big factor, but again, even as an adult, having gone back and listened to this album like recently, it holds up for me. Like it's so energetic and so fun and like it's so cool with the production on it too. Like it's got that like 90s kind of fast matrixy kind of drums going on and everything like that. And then the guitars are just really kind of technically clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it. But hey, if you say it's good then.
It lives in good.
Just a stacked tier. It's starting to look like your personal tier ranking list for the podcast.
Hey, I never said I was an agent of change.
Apparently not. Alrighty then, scrolling down my list here, we have My Song by Jerry Cantrell of course, Alice in Chains fame.
Oh, yeah.
So this one in particular, how about this? Where do you think I'm putting it? Just, I'm really curious now.
I think you're going to put it in okay or good.
Nailed it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the thing. The vocals are great because Jerry Cantrell has a fantastic voice. He really does. But everything else about this song, except the chorus, which I'll say in a second, it just feels bland.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Considering the work that he's put forth in Alice in Chains that we all know him for, this felt very uninspired.
Yeah.
Except for the chorus itself, but the issue with that, like, as good as it sounds, it just feels like Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
So, like, him on his own, like, this doesn't stand out to me as something that, like, I could really get behind. I'm not going to say that he doesn't have better tracks because I have not listened to his solo stuff, but I mean, this one in particular, cool chorus.
Yeah.
Great voice. That's about it.
I can see it. I like the, I guess the music. I can't really say the instrumentation, but like just the guitar and everything through the song. I like it, but like I can see how it doesn't really hit any peaks. It just sort of rolls, kind of. Maybe even rolling is kind of too generous. It just sort of drives straight.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really like this one. It's one of the. It's almost number one on the song that I want to learn to drum to.
Okay, so you thought you were rid of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but no, they've come back again. One Hot Minute, the title track of One Hot Minute, the album with Dave Navarro was the guitarist on this album. So that's why it might have sounded different from Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Okay, so to any of the listeners who have been with us since the beginning, will know that Blood Sugar Sex Magic was not my favorite album. And if you didn't know that, you do now.
Don't forget the Instagram post. You can see exactly where she put it.
Maybe, yeah, I put it straight into the ground, really. I put this one in good. I liked it. To be fair, I've listened to a handful of songs off this album previously, unrelated to this. Yeah. And everyone says like, oh, Dave Navarro wasn't a good fit. He may not have been a good fit, but I like those songs. So maybe I just like Dave Navarro. I'm not sure.
That's fair. And you know what? It's funny because I've heard the same thing too. Like I hear people shitting on One Hot Minute all the time, not just the song, but the album. It's because like the Chili Peppers come from like a very funky sound. Like it does even beyond Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Like if you go back to like Mother's Milk, Freaky Styley, Uplifting Mofo Party Plan, like they were very funk rock and like that's what they were. Mm-hmm. So this one was way more like rock driven, like hard rock. Yeah. And like even Navarro's like attempt at funk, like especially in Aeroplane when he's playing like the higher chords. Yeah, it's not for Shanti. It's obviously not. But at the same time, like this album gets a lot more hate than it deserves. I actually really like One Hot Minute. The title track is fucking awesome. It sounds so good. I don't even mind that outro that just goes forever and ever and ever. I don't mind that actually. I actually kind of like it. Yeah. And then like Aeroplane, Coffee Shop, My Friends, like the big hits off of that album. But like there's a whole bunch of great songs on this album, really.
Yeah, I think just the diehards that are like, they're not what they used to be.
It's not funky. It's like, so?
Yeah. Yeah, well, even stuff off their like first and second album, I'm just kind of like, this is pretty good, but. But like listening to this, I'm like, this is pretty good with great potential. But as of right now, I stand by where I put it.
I personally have it in great, but like again, only yours counts, not mine. Mine counts up here.
Yeah.
All right. You can't fuck with me on this one. You actually cannot fuck with me. We're getting to my favorite band now, Nine Inch Nails. Your job is on the line on this show.
Oh my God. Well.
And what is one like top 5 favorite Nine Inch Nails songs of all time? It's not my favorite, but goddamn is it high up there.
Well, for someone who honestly like hasn't listened to too much Nine Inch Nails aside from,
like
the singles, the songs that have music
Closer,
videos.
Hurt.
Yeah. And like even what is that that album that came out in like 2006 or something?
With
2005.
Teeth?
Yeah, that's it. So any of those singles and stuff like that.
Hand like feeds only. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So, I've only really heard those. And The Perfect Drug is my favorite out of all of the Nine Inch Nails songs that I've heard. So I definitely solidly put that in great.
Fair. Mine's best, but I'll take great. That's fine. Greatness indeed.
100% in great.
The composition of this track is so incredible. The second chorus too, like when it just starts with the guitars, "You are the perfect drug," and there's like no drums, but then the drums kick in. Yeah. I love that buildup of anticipation. It's so fantastic, and then just like the quiet ending too, the insane drum solo in the middle. Like, I mean,
Trent Reznor knows exactly what he's doing, and he's doing it well.
He writes sex for the ears. That's what he does.
Yeah, he definitely does. 100%.
I don't want to keep going on because like I can talk about Nine Inch Nails all day. But just like, this song, it's funny because it's not even technically on an album. This was specifically for The Lost Highway on that soundtrack.
Oh shit. Okay.
So awesome song.
Oh hell yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Even though I'm pretty sure the lyrically it gets pretty personal because he's talking about like absinthe, and I know he drank that a lot around this time, so that's definitely what it's about.
Jeez.
Okay, we're going on to another one of mine. This one is a childhood nostalgia one for me. Again, do not fuck with this one. Collective Soul's Precious Declaration.
Oh, this one's in good. It's not
now
great.
You're hurting me.
Well, only because I've heard a lot of Collective Soul songs, and I do have my preferences, and there are some that are just.
If you put Shine above this one, I'm gonna hate you.
No,
I like Shine, but it's not better than this.
Well, my favorite Collective Soul song is Listen.
Oh my God, I almost chose Listen. I was this fucking close.
Yeah, that would have been higher. But Listen, I'm putting this in good.
Okay, I mean, I can't do anything about it anyways. But
I love Listen.
I was literally balancing between that Listen and Precious Declaration, but then like, I don't know what decided it for me, but it's like, you know what? Yeah. This one I still have like a lot of nostalgia for. I love this one. It's the opening to the album.
Yes,
and it's a great opening.
Title track.
Exactly, but like that riff going into the chorus, though, just the constant like moving guitar, like and everything. Like, I love it so much.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that, but. If you had picked Listen, it would have been higher up.
Yeah. Okay, song on my list, song number 8, but it's like on this one doesn't really matter. Kevin Gilbert's Shrug, Because of Me and You, although you wrote it as Because of You and Me. You were wrong about your own song, by the way. You don't even like this song.
I just wanted to see if you were actually going to fact check. See, it was just a ruse.
I literally just went on Spotify, listened to it, and been like, oh, she's wrong.
Well, I wrote it down without looking at Spotify, so that's probably my problem.
It must be because you're more aware of this than I was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have high hopes for this one.
I do. I really do. This is the one that I was worried about.
Good news. Great.
Yeah? Ooh.
Yeah. There it is.
For some reason, I'm surprised.
I don't know if I am or not because, like, again, I don't really know who Kevin Gilbert is.
Yeah.
Song had really neat composition. It's a really easy listen because of how chill it is.
Yeah.
I love the keyboard or like mellotron flutes that kind of kick into the track like all over. It adds a nice additional layer of music. Like, yeah, I don't know. This one was kind of nice, you know?
Yeah.
I put it in great. I don't know how often I go back and listen to it, but I'll take it. It's one of those things where you meet a really cool person at like a train station and then you part ways and never talk again. And it's like, that person was really cool though. I'm going to remember them forever. Like this is one of the songs like I'll think about, but I don't know how often I'm going to listen to it.
This song has been reworked so many times because like I think he released it with his old band Giraffe and it was just called Because of You and Me, or it's called something else. And then sort of the lyrics were sort of changed, but it was definitely like, I don't really know how to explain it other than like 1980s computerized everything.
Yeah.
Where it's just, the bass guitars without the headstock and just all of that. And then, when he wrote the song, he had to have been in his late teens because he passed away when he was 29.
Oh, so he's not even around anymore, right?
No. He passed away in 1996. So this album came out in his late 20s and then he passed away.
Oh God, I'm getting Jeff Buckley vibes all of a sudden.
Yeah. And then they've released so much after that, like his estate and stuff, which a lot of it I own. But when I listen to the song, I listen to the lyrics, and I'm like, I don't think I could think or write something as creative and sort of witty at that age. So listening to, I'm like, man, I'm actually really impressed with it.
Some people just got it, you know?
Yeah. And it's a shame that a lot of the people who got it, we don't got them anymore.
We got 3 more of my songs and 1 more of yours, but next one's mine. Solitaire Unraveling by Mushroomhead, my introduction to like industrial metal.
Okay. So I was unsure where to put this. I put it between okay and good. I have never heard Mushroomhead before. I may have heard the band name in passing.
Potentially.
But I don't know. It had moments of, I really want to put on 4-inch platform Doc Martens and kick someone's ass. But then there were parts that I'm kind of like, I just want to get back to the ass kicking, not kissing, ass kicking parts. So it was kind of between okay and good. You can try and sway me either way, but either category is good for me.
I'll tell you a few things, and let's see if you have to land on one officially then. How about that?
Yeah.
First off, Jeffrey Nothing, the guy who sings most of the second half of the song, has an awesome vibrato in his voice. Mm-hmm. He's also got an insane range, really, too. The second half was, I feel like, a lot better than the first, although I do like the first half. Because like J-Man's got that deep voice, and then he like practically yelling the chorus. Just I don't know. It feels like 2 different songs, but they meld together so well. Mm-hmm. And I've since being introduced to Mushroomhead in like the early 2000s, like Solitaire Unraveling is like one of their biggest hits aside from a song called Sun Doesn't Rise. But this one is just amazing. It's fantastic. That's all I got.
I think I'm still going to put it in okay.
Fair
because
enough.
if the last half is the half that I do like, which I do notice that it comes in a little farther into the song, then we're just going to split it up. And if I only like half the song, well, that's okay. It's all right.
Suppose so. There was a few other Mushroomhead songs I was considering, but like this was like the forefront of mine. Like there's a song like 43, The New Cult King, Born of Desire. Like there was a bunch of songs I could have put in, but this was the one I went with. Maybe one day I'll try another one. All right. Another one I picked, Stop by Jane's Addiction. I think it's like one of their very first singles, maybe. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong about that. But regardless, I mean, I was first introduced to this by, I believe, through another Tony Hawk game.
Oh, really?
And then I like listened to the album version. I was like, God damn, this song is wonderful.
So I had only heard this song for the first time through Guitar Hero.
Maybe that's where I heard it then. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And I don't know. I was like, yeah, this is all right. But that was like, oh, God. That's 15 years ago, maybe
Guitar
a little
Hero
bit more. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, this is okay. Yeah, this is okay. But 15 years of on and off listening to this song, I actually enjoy it a hell of a lot more than I did when I first listened to it. And I slapped that baby in great.
I'll take that.
Hell yeah, you will.
Like, it's already a really fast, energetic song, but then you get to that like that slow kind of middle breakdown portion.
Yeah.
Where it's still really heavy though. Like, I don't know, it's perfect. It gives me chills when I listen to it.
I like it. My first introduction to Jane's Addiction was when they came back and released Strays. So I'm pretty
Just
sure.
Just Because is an amazing song. I fucking love Just Because.
I have a lot of past catalog to catch up on.
I almost put Just Because on here, actually.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I like that song.
That and True Nature, like, I know a lot of Jane's Addiction fans actually really hate that album.
Really?
Because, like, it's again, like, kind of like the Chili Peppers with having Dave Navarro in it. Just sounds different from what they used to do.
Yeah.
Way more, like, super rock-oriented, not so, like, fun like the earlier shit. But, I don't know. There's a lot of good songs on Strays, so I don't get the hate. I really don't.
Yeah.
Just Because is amazing. I love it.
I like that song a lot, yeah.
Alrighty then, probably the most shocking song, the final of your picks, Together Again by Janet Jackson.
This song.
Another song I remember debuting on the Munch Music Countdown back in the 90s.
Hell yes.
Actually, it's funny because I looked up this album, there's a few hits on there, but it's the one that uses the Joni Mitchell soundbite.
Oh, does it?
Don't know what you got till it's gone, but I can't remember what the song's called. But anyways, that was the first time I was introduced to Janet Jackson and that song. So if you picked that one, it would have been straight up there because like it's a really chill, nice track and got Joni Mitchell in it. Why not?
Yeah.
Together again.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah. I don't know what you want me to say about it. Just a typical ass dance track of the 90s.
Yep.
I mean, it's got 808s all over it. The only real credit I can give it is because of the songwriting team that was a part of it. Did I write down their names? Please tell me I wrote down their names. Yes, I did. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They were also part of the songwriting teams for like Michael Jackson, Prince, Mariah Carey, Usher, Spice Girls, etc. So they have like a laundry list of famous musicians. There's even more than that. So like I can give them credit for that, but other than that, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll take that. I didn't expect it to be best or anything. For me, it's one of those pop songs that I'm like, I could really get into this. And I feel like as just a regular 90s pop song, it still holds up now. Like it still sounds good. I don't think it sounds dated, which I think definitely adds to my like for it.
It doesn't sound dated, but there's nothing that stands out about it. Like nothing that would make me be like, oh yeah, I'm reliving the 90s now. I mean, like,
well, what about like the stick through the chimes? You don't like the chimes?
How many chimes have I heard in different songs throughout my entire life? Janet Jackson's not like breaking ground doing that.
But the chimes is what I'm
chimes.
saying. All right, I'll take it and okay.
You have no choice but to.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so the final song of the day, we go back to System of a Down's self-titled debut album with the song War. This one was like, Sugar was the big single off this album, but War was like the secondary single, and it had like a live video that went with it.
Okay, now, I'm going to preface this with, I don't listen to System of a Down. That was just not in my sort of musical vocab growing up, and perhaps it shall be in my adult life, but as of yet, it is not. It wasn't bad, and I couldn't say that it was the best song, so I just dead center slapped it into good. I would listen to it again, and it has great potential. But after 2 or 3 listens, I decided, yeah, this is a good song.
If you want to get into System of a Down, well, obviously the first 2 albums are the best places to start because after that things get a little wonky and debatable.
Oh, yeah?
So self-titled and Toxicity. If you like more of like a punky, raw kind of sound, self-titled, which I own that and Toxicity on vinyl. They're both amazing. I love the self-titled though. Okay. People disagree with me when I say this. It's a punk rock album. I don't care what anyone tells me. The album is so raw and has punk written all over it. Like, yeah, it's heavier and like lower tone, but like it's fucking punk rock. But if you want something like more metal oriented, Toxicity.
Okay.
Which is obviously their most well-known album to date because it's got like Chop Suey, Toxicity, Aerials, like the big hits.
Yeah, yeah.
That everyone's aware of. That's like not Boom or something like that. I mean, okay, I guess good. I mean, I would have put it. This one probably would have been great for me. Not the best song by them, but like, God damn, do I think War is a fantastic song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I was playing it out loud, and my partner was like, "Oh, I like this song," and he made me play it through its entirety. So, at least you got a fan in the house somewhere.
He hasn't heard it either.
No, he has, and he's like, "We're not changing it till it's over."
Oh, good. He knows. He's on the ball. Maybe he should be my co-host now.
Whoa. Calm down, sir.
1 episode sub, and let's see how well he does.
Hell no.
I'll be in touch with him personally.
Oh, God.
Well, there it is. We ranked each other's 90s songs. I guess I'll get a little more light on my face since we're back to this screen now. I have a water bottle in the way, so I can't even see anything anyway. It's okay. This particular show's not as professional as our, other actual real podcast.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you haven't heard, you should go check out now. Episode 11 coming out this Monday as of the release of this episode, Queens of the Stone Age, rated R. Yeah. We just recorded that episode, but you'll find out the results when you go watch it this Monday.
Yeah, let's see how terrible I am this time. Woo!
Or maybe you rated it really well. We don't know. I mean, I know, but they don't.
Well, I imagine me being terrible is kind of a given for each episode, so I don't feel like I'm giving much away.
I mean, I won't call you too terrible because you did rate The Perfect Drug fairly nice.
Yeah.
It should have been best, but okay.
Hey,
but yeah, there you go.
You put some of the ones I was unexpecting high up. So
I saw the excitement on your face, so I must have done something well today.
You know what? I guess I will come back for another show. Thank you. You've convinced me.
I don't know. I was asking, but glad to be back. Phew, load off my mind. But yes, there we go. 20 songs of our favorite 90 tunes ranked. And you can bet your ass this is going to happen again. There's more than 10 songs from the 90s that we like.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's like an infinite list. I mean, not infinite because the 90s was literally 10 years. So, I mean, like, it's finite, but at the same time, it's going to take a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And also, there's a lot of garbage, but we're not going to get to that. What we will do, though, is let you go now. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you like this video on YouTube, which, again, I guess I shouldn't say that because it's the only place that we're showing this episode. Like, subscribe, and comment, all three of those things. Yes. Building up the community that we want you to be part of. Podcast or no, even if it's just bonus show, we want you here too.
Yeah.
And you got to let us know what you think of these particular tracks. Where would you rank them? How right or wrong are we? How wrong is Savannah? Like, you can let us know. It's fine.
I was so disoriented. I knocked my can over.
It sounded empty, so that's a good part. Yeah, so social media, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at Rate the Record Podcast, Twitter, at Rate the Record. And you can just email us and say hello, requests, let us know how we did on the episodes at ratetherecord@gmail.com.
Hell yes.
So don't forget, every Monday at 9 a.m., brand new episode of the Rate the Record Podcast. This show in particular, it doesn't have a strict schedule, but Saturday seems to be the release date, so keep checking in. But Rate the Record, for sure. Go check that out.
Hell yes. And thank you for joining us. I really enjoyed this idea, this format. So I really look forward to doing a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 74.
Yes, the anxiety is down now. Now that I've liked your songs, I mean, like, you can just relax.
Oh, yes. Well, I put some of the good ones in part 1. So part 2, I'll be a little bit, a little loosey-goosey with because, I got all my serious, I really like these ones done at the beginning. Thank goodness.
And I can think of a few I want to add too. But until then, we will see you again for the next bonus show and definitely on the Mondays for the Rate the Record Podcast. So until then, listen to some awesome music and we will see you soon, friends.
See ya.